Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Hi guys, and welcome to another Fool of the Week. This week's Fool is a guy called Ben Leo who works for Dan Watton at GB News. Now Ben made a bit of a name for himself when he apparently arrived at Greenpeace's headquarters in London to pester them with questions about China and protesting outside one of Rishi Sunak's many mansions. He thought he was being a bit edgy by attempting to hold Greenpeace to account. Well, Ben is back, and this time he attempted to interview Newcastle Labour councillor Iram Ali and ask her about some of her costs and if she was helping asylum seekers game the system. Have a listen to this.
Iram Ali, hello, sorry to bother you, Ben from GB News.
I'm not interested. If I was, I would have returned your call.
How much money have you made from fixing Home Office applications for illegal migrants? Can you tell us? You said, "Have no fear, Iram Ali is here. I'll help anyone who is illegal without a valid visa or anyone who's overstayed their visa using human rights loopholes." You charge £1,500 for business sponsor licences. Is that what's paid for your nice Mercedes with a private number plate? Is this Labour policy to do what you're doing? Have you got anything to say? Do you want the boats to stop?
My God, that's quality journalism, isn't it? Okay. In this clip, there are a few things that I needed to point out. Have a look at it once again.
Iram Ali, hello, sorry to bother you, Ben from GB News.
I'm not interested. If I was.
You notice here that the clip is cut. You see here, as he's walking towards the car, she's standing outside, and the video is cut, and then they're speaking to each other.
I'm not interested.
Now, I don't know why that happened. I don't know what the exchange they had and why it was removed, but it seems that the video was cut in some way. Why? I don't know. That's up for Dan Watton and GB News to explain.
If I was, I would have returned your call.
How much money have you made from fixing Home Office applications for illegal migrants? Can you tell us? You said, "Have no fear, Iram Ali is here. I'll help anyone who is illegal without a valid visa or anyone who's overstayed their visa using human rights loopholes."
Now, this is where the interview completely collapses, or the investigation collapses, because she did not say loopholes. So you're pretending to quote her, but you didn't actually quote her. And I understand why she refused to do an interview with you. So she didn't return your call. She knows what GB News is like. And you completely collapsed here because you said that she was using human rights loopholes when she never mentioned that in her clip.
You charge £1,500 for business sponsor licences.
I did a quick research into this. Business sponsor licenses cost between £500 and £2,000, depending on whoever's providing them. So 1,500 is, yes, it's to the upper end of that scale, but this is a business. You know, she's a lawyer. I don't know if she works for a firm or whatever, or she works on her own, but she's providing a service, and lawyers charge fees. Maybe this is new. This is news to GB News.
Is that what's paid for your nice Mercedes with a private number plate?
Lawyers make a lot of money. Not all of them, but generally they earn a significant amount of money. So she has spent that money on a Mercedes and a private number plate. Why does GB News have a problem with people spending money that they have earned on things they like? You know, if I was to bring up about Nigel Farage being chauffeur driven around in a Range Rover, I imagine his supporters and Nigel Farage himself would probably say, "This is my money. Why do you have a problem with how I spend it?" And he would be right. I just point out that it's, you know, it doesn't make him look exactly like a man of the people, but if he paid for it, it's his money. He has every right to spend it as he wishes. Why does GB News have a problem with this lawyer, who's probably earning a significant amount of money, spending it on a Mercedes and a private number plate? And we don't even know if it's hers or it's her husband's. Maybe she's married, I think she's married, to a businessman. It may not be her car. It could be her husband's car. It could be the family car. We don't know. But she's not answering it because she knows it's GB News.
Is this Labour policy to do what you're doing? Have you got anything to say?
Labour policy doing what? She's not breaking the law. She's working within the law. She's offering a service as a lawyer to clients. What is she doing wrong here? She's not doing anything wrong. This is the problem.
Do you want the boats to stop?
This is the worst part of it all. You know, do you want the boats to stop? Of course she does. She doesn't want asylum seekers risking their lives crossing the channel. You know who doesn't want the boats to stop? The Conservatives and right-wingers. Because they love this. They love the idea that people are risking their lives. Because if they wanted people not to risk their lives, they would support safe routes. They would make sure that nobody had to cross the channel. Suella Braverman could change it tomorrow, but this is a political decision. Now, unfortunately, this is very dangerous because you have a headbanger from GB News, which is a headbanger channel, going to a law firm and once again whipping up hatred towards these lawyers who are providing a service that they don't like. They're defending clients. They're getting paid for it. And, you know, with Lee Anderson and his language on Monday or Tuesday, whenever it was, and this, I think it creates a very dangerous and toxic atmosphere and environment for people who are providing a service. You may not like that service, you may not like the individuals, but in a civilized society, people should be able to access legal services. And there's a real risk here that some headbanger will be watching this, even more headbanger than the guy who's doing the interview or GB News itself. Some crazy person is going to watch this and say, I'm going to stop it. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think, and I'll see you next time for our next Fool of the Week.